The EcoPower Plus 52cm Self-Propelled Mower, a beast of a name for an equally awesome electric mower. But how does it stack up to petrol mowers? How long does the battery last? And would I buy one? Find out in this review. G'day, my name is Chris, and with thanks to one of my Patreon producers, Ray Johnson, I got the opportunity to check out this large mower for a few weeks. And might I say, from its massive battery, large cutting blade to overall design, the EcoPower Plus electric mower is more than a replacement of your current petrol-powered mower. This is one of Eco's largest mowers, cutting 52cm at a time and suited to people with large yards, especially those who might need to tackle some sort of gradient. Made almost entirely from high-grade plastics, it's no lightweight, weighing about 24 kilograms without the enormous 7.5 amp-hour battery. The Eco mower can be folded into a compact form for storage and quickly opened with a few maneuvers with just a few clicks of these green things. In terms of comfort and ease of use, one thing my wife didn't like was that despite the 3-position handle system, you must extend the handles all the way out before using the mower. Sure, you can find a comfortable height no matter how tall or short you are, but the further you get away from this mower, the harder it actually becomes to manage around corners, and it would be great if Ego would allow the mower to be used in this shorter form factor. To the side, you've got a 6-position deck height adjustment lever, which changes its cutting from 28 to 94mm. More than enough for those who don't like cutting their grass very often, and well, allow it to get too long. I found it difficult to get the mower into the lowest and highest positions, but maybe this was because this was a new unit, and with a bit of WD-40 and time, it would move a bit easier. Up front, you've got 2 bright LED lights for, I guess, dark sections of your property that need mowing. I'm not sure why they're needed, because even though this mower is a lot quieter than petrol power versions, outputting just 65 decibels, or around a quiet vacuum cleaner, please, folks, be respectful of neighbours and don't use this thing when it's dark out. The size and profile of this mower is in line with most in the market, but if you have, like me, brick garden beds, this can make fitting the Ego mower under the overhangs nearly impossible. To the back of the mower, there's the usual shield and heavy rubber flap to deflect cuttings to the ground if you so choose. Otherwise, there's 2 mulching diverters if you want to get clippings out to one side. One of the things I love about the Ego brand is the way its batteries can be shared across all of their lineup. This battery is a 420 watt-hour or 7.5 amp-hour 56 volt lithium ion type, which can be charged in this oversized charger in an hour. Getting the battery into this compartment is a 2-handed affair, with one needed to hold the flap up whilst you slide the battery in or out, or maybe pull the safety plug out if you're going to do some blade maintenance. Runtime is generous, and I'll talk more about that soon, but the fun stuff is getting this thing going and cutting. Pressing this safety button, then pulling the switch lever. Keeping this mower going is easy-ish. For reasons that will soon become apparent, keeping your hand on the switch lever and the one that propels the mower, it takes some time to get used to. Let me explain. You see, my petrol mower, which is now 20 years old, does not have the Ego Deadman style lever. Instead, I can dial up my required power and, like cruise control in the car, it just keeps going. Instead, the Ego mower needs you to hold onto this handle, otherwise it will turn off. With an old pull start thing, this will be a curse-worthy exercise in restarting the damn thing. But with an electric mower, anyone can do this hand gymnastics in just 1 second, so really maybe it's not a deal breaker. That is, until you realise you haven't got full control and the mower gets away from you. Okay, embarrassing fail army video content aside,
Sorry, Ray.
the electric motor that drives this behemoth of a mower is very welcome and something I could get used to. From slow walking to a rapid pace, this system is independent of the blade so that you can safely take corners or reposition your mower in a yard without cutting. Finally, the most important thing of a mower, can it cut, and well, how long can it cut for? Well, Whilst Ego doesn't specify motor power anywhere, I can safely say that this mower spins its massive 52cm blades faster than my petrol mower, at around about 2800 times per minute. And being electric, torque is instantaneous and high, so unlike my mower, which might slow down in any challenging grass, this just cuts and cuts like there's nothing there. To protect the Power Plus mower, Ego have integrated load sensors that monitors the motor and regulates RPM based on load conditions, but in my use, it never slowed down. Doing laps of our yard was extremely easy and a no sweat affair because it is self-propelled, but one thing that I quickly learned was to disengage the self-propelled trigger and move it backwards or forwards just slightly before attempting to do a big shift to the large mower because, well, those motors, they seem to retain some charge in them, making it almost, well, difficult to move. Yes. This might sound hard, but it's not. Rather, it's something you learn quickly and forgive even faster, especially when you recall how hard it is pushing your old mower around. When I first used the mower, I was conscious of Ego's advertising of 50-minute runtime, but after doing my property for about 30 minutes, I found that it used just maybe 75%, no wait, 50%, no wait, 25%? Oh, I don't know, a small portion of the battery. So I took it off charge and, well, I went and did some more mowing. At my folks' place, and then my neighbours, and then my house again. All up, after about more than 90 minutes of use, it still had perhaps 25% charge remaining. And I say perhaps because, well, one of my criticisms of Ego products is that the battery level indicator just isn't indicative enough as to how much charge is in the battery. So my top tip is, use it, then recharge it. The lithium ion won't retain any sort of memory effect, and there's no harm in treating your battery this way. So the cutting's good, the battery's good, so far impressive stuff. But at this price, I would certainly hope so. You see, this combo of mower, battery and charging station costs $1,149. It's about $300 more than a petrol equivalent model. And whilst the plastics are good quality and the Ego mower is rated at IPX4, that would still mean at least 20 visits to the petrol station with a 10-litre jerry can before you perhaps break even. But I'm ignoring then that there's zero maintenance to do on this Ego mower. There's no spark plug, there's no oil, there's no petrol, just a blade to sharpen or change. And so my bad math value judgment of 200 litres would definitely be less. And so their repay time, a lot less. In the end, this mower is just as good as a premium mower. It cuts better, it's stronger, and goes on and on and on. Would I buy one? Absolutely. It's a no-brainer. No fossil fuels, no smelly petrol, a mower that can be used by anyone, and one that takes the sweat out of mowing. Folks, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, give me a comment, ask me a question, and otherwise, stay good and stay green.